Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make your own shooter RPG game with narrative. Once you've finished this tutorial, you'll have exactly what I'm about to show you. So let me go ahead and show you the quest that we're going to make today.
Looks like you're new around here. You know how to use that rifle? See if... Alright, good work. Why don't you try shooting a few bullets? Really nice. Why don't you take a look around base and see if you can help any of the squad members out. The rebels have set a spy plane up and they're taunting us with it. Find some ammo for the rocket launcher and try to blow it up. What the hell? There's a second plane! Shoot it! Ah, good work!
Heads up, an enemy has been sighted in the northwest balcony. Eliminate the threat. Over.
The third quest automatically starts, and it asks us to kill a rebel that's been spotted on the northwest balcony. And we got him. Quest complete.
Good job, team.
So let's go ahead and actually make this. To get started, we need to go to narrativetools.io and then click the button that says download narrative. Because we're just messing around and we don't actually want to ship this game, we can just use the trial version. So click download. Simply enter your email and a download link will be sent to you. We do not send any promotional content or anything like that. So if we go to Documents, Unreal Projects, you'll see that there's a folder for a new project that we just created. So to install narrative, all we do is open that up. We're going to make a new folder called Plugins. And then you need to unzip the narrative trial folder, and inside there's this folder called narrative. Simply just copy that and then paste it inside of the plugins directory. And now narrative is completely installed and there's nothing else we need to do. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and double click on the project to open it up, and we'll verify that narrative is installed. The easiest way to check is just to right click, and if you see a narrative option, you've successfully installed narrative. Let's get narrative set up. We're going to go to Window and make sure that World Settings is showing. Right click, make a new Blueprint class, and type in Player Controller. Click on Shooter Player Controller, and I'm going to call this BP_PC. So I'm just making a custom player controller that I can use in this project, and then the next thing I'm going to do is do the same thing again. However, this time, search for Team Deathmatch, and I'm just using this as my game mode. So I'm going to type BP_GM. Double click on the player controller to open it up, and we're going to add a component, type in narrative, and add a narrative component. If you hover over it, you can see narrative component acts as the connection to the narrative system. It allows you to start quests, complete tasks, etc. So we need one of these to basically do quests. Now we'll open up the game mode, and where it says player controller class, I'm simply just going to select my player controller, go to the world settings, and where it says game mode override, just select our new game mode, and now we're good to go. If I hit play, you'll see in black text it'll say thank you for trying the narrative quest editor. So we know that everything's good to go, and now we can start making quests. In the narrative system, whenever you want to make a quest, it all starts with the designer. So I'm going to go to the content folder here, right click, and I'm going to add a new folder, and I'll just call this quests. And so what we're doing here is we're designing the layout of our quest. Basically, how is our quest going to play out? So go to narrative and click on quest. You can create your own custom types of quest asset. Maybe you want quests to give XP or something. You could do that here, but for now I'm just going to click quest asset. And I'm going to call this learning the basics. So this is going to be kind of a tutorial quest. This is the quest where you need to aim down the sights and shoot your gun and stuff like that. It's going to be a very simple quest. So what we'll do is I'm going to give this a description. I'm going to say I've been asked to aim down my sights. I should try doing so. Just something simple. You can pretty much type whatever you want. And now we need to say, well, what do you have to do now? And what we have to do is we have to aim down our sights. So drag out and add a new task. You can create custom actions, but there's not going to be many quests where I need to aim down my sights again. We can just go with one-off action. And the name of the action, I'm just going to say aim down sights. And now we give it a description. I'm just going to say aim down the sights. And now, what happens? Do we succeed the quest? Do we fail the quest? Well, no. The quest is still going, so we'll just add another state. And I'm going to say aimed down sights. And for my description, I'm going to say, I've aimed down my sights. The soldier asked me to shoot my gun. I should try that. So we'll add another task. We'll just add another one-off action. And I'm going to call this one shoot gun. And for the description, we'll just say shoot the gun. Once you've shot the gun, that's pretty much the end of the quest. This is just teaching you the basics. So what I'll do now is I'll drag out and add a quest ending succeeded. And because this is a tutorial, I really don't want to be able to fail this quest, so I'm not going to worry about anything like that. So I'll just call this quest success. And for the description, I'll just say, I've learned to use my weapon. I should look around and see if there's anything else I can help out with. And you can also give your quest a description. I'm just going to say, learn to use your weapon. So there's our entire quest and how it plays out. I'm just going to add a quick comment here. Soldier asks player to aim down sights and shoot their weapon. Just something simple. Comments always help, because this way, if I'm a designer and I look at this, I can just really quickly read that comment and pretty much get a general idea of how this whole quest works. So we'll go ahead and click save now. And now we've designed this quest, so all we have to do now is actually script it. Because we want characters to talk during our quests, I've come to the rescue and made some voice dialogue stuff. So this download will be in the description. You can go ahead and download these audio files, and we'll just simply put these in the quests folder. These are basically just a bunch of audio files where I say different stuff related to the quest. Okay, so the way this quest works is I want to walk up to a soldier and he's going to give me this quest. So to do this, I'm going to go to blueprints and we'll make a new blueprint to achieve this. I'm going to go to blueprint class, click on actor, and we'll just call this BP underscore learning the basics character. So this is the character that gives me that quest. We'll open this up and we're going to add some things here. We'll do a skeletal mesh. I'll drag and drop that onto the default scene route. Next we'll add a sphere collision. We'll add an audio component. And we'll add another skeletal mesh as well. Click on the first skeletal mesh and I'm just going to select Hero TPP. For the animation mode, just select Use Animation Asset. I basically just want him to stand there, so type in idle, click on that, and now we have a guy that we can walk up to and he's going to give us a quest. Let's also select the sphere here, and I'll just make this a bit bigger. And I'll sort of drag this into place so that when the player walks up to him, they're going to walk into the sphere. So I'll make this 150. And we'll go ahead and click on the skeletal mesh, and I'll just give him a gun as well. So select rifle. Click here and then go to weapon point and then press E, and we're just going to move this basically into place, just rotate it 90 degrees. So now we've got a soldier and he's holding a gun, and we're going to set him up so that he basically gives us a quest. So we'll go ahead and drag him into the level here. So how do we get him to actually give us a quest? Well, when the player walks into the sphere, we want to start the quest then. So we're going to click on the sphere and go to On Component Begin Overlap. And this is where we're actually going to start our quest. We only really want to start the quest if we haven't already done it though. So to do that, we're going to get the narrative component. And we're going to say, is quest started? And it's asking us to select a quest. And obviously we only have one quest. That's the one we just made. So if the player has not started the quest, so type not, then we can go ahead and start the quest. So we'll use a branch here. And to start a quest, right click, get narrative component, and literally just say begin quest. And this will begin the quest. Go ahead and select the quest. Plug this in like this. And that's it. So when the player overlaps the sphere, if we haven't started the quest, go ahead and start it. Narrative also comes with some really helpful UI that we can use. If we open up BPPC, on begin play, I'm just going to create a widget, narrative demo widget, right click, promote to variable, I'll just call this UI, and then we're going to add it to the viewport. The reason I'm doing this is because otherwise there'd be no way of telling if we've actually started the quest or not. Note that you don't have to use the narrative UI, you can totally make your own, or you can modify the narrative UI if you want. So let's go ahead and hit play. Let's walk up to this guy, and you can see that it's started our quest, learning the basics. But if we aim down our sights, absolutely nothing happens. So we need to actually script the quest. Okay, let's go back into the learning the basics character. And the first thing we want to do is make him say something. So after we begin the quest, we'll take the audio component, drag out, set sound, and I want to type in Brothers in Arms 1. And then we'll go ahead and drag out and type play. So now when I walk up to him, he should actually say something.
Looks like you're new around here. You know how to use that rifle? See if you can aim down the sights.
So the audio might be quite quiet for you guys, but basically the guy told me to aim down my sights. So how do we set this up so that we can actually aim down our sights and it changes the quest and updates it? Well, this is actually really easy to do. We'll go into the Learning the Basics character, and I'm literally just going to right click and type right mouse button. And I'll uncheck this box that says Consume Input. And when I press the right mouse button, I want to get the narrative component and I want to complete a quest action. The action is a one-off action. And the name of it is just Aim Down Sights. Once we've done that, we're going to come up here, and after we've begun the quest and said all that stuff, we're just going to type Enable Input. And this will allow the character to listen to input. And then just type Get Player Controller. So when I come in to my quest here, I'm going to walk up to my friend. He's going to give me a quest. I'm now going to aim down the sights, and you can see that it says objective completed, aim down the sights. So narrative has recognized, hey, we've actually aimed down our sights. Cool, so our quest is almost complete. All we need to do now is under right mouse button, I'm going to do left mouse button. Make sure we uncheck this consume input. I'm going to say complete quest action, and we're just doing the exact same thing we did last time, one-off action, except we called it shoot gun. So just type in shoot gun. Now, when we walk up to our character,
Looks like you're new around here. You know how to use that rifle?
we're going to go ahead and aim down the sights. Objective completed, aim down sights. No objective, shoot the gun, so let's shoot the gun. And you can see quest succeeded, learning the basics. So our quest is now being completed. So we've just made and completed our first quest. To finish it off, what I want to do is I want the character to say more dialogue. So let's open him back up. I just want him to say stuff to the character along the way as we complete the quest. Let's get the character to actually talk and tell us to aim down the sights and actually tell us to shoot our gun and so on. To do this, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a begin play. We need to get the narrative component, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do assign on quest new state, and we'll just say on new state. What we're going to do here is we're going to get the state of the quest and get the name of the state. The name of the state is what you typed in. You can see up here it says name. So then I'll do a switch, and I'm going to use this to say when the player has aimed down sights like that, I'm then going to actually play some audio. So we'll get the audio thing here, connect that up, and I'm going to say Brothers in Arms 2. One more thing, by the way, guys. If we just click on this player start here, just delete all the other player starts. This is because otherwise you might spawn in some random location, and we really want the player to spawn in here. So just delete all of these. Okay, so essentially what we've just done is now when I actually go up to this guy, he's going to tell me to aim down my sights. And when I aim down my sights, he's going to recognize that I've done that, and he'll actually give me a new task. He's going to say it. So although the audio might be low, for you guys, you should be able to hear him. He's telling you to now try shooting your gun. Lastly, let's get him to tell us that we've done a good job when we succeed the quest. So we just do the exact same thing, except this time we type a sign on quest succeeded, because we want him to do something when the quest's actually been succeeded. So we'll connect that up like that. And so to get him to do something when the quest has been succeeded, first of all, we're going to get the quest asset. And we just want to make sure that the quest that actually was completed was the learning the basics quest. Otherwise, if any quest gets completed, he's going to tell us we've done a good job, and we don't want that to happen. Now from here, we just copy the audio, except this time we're going to select Brothers in Arms 3. Compile, save, let's play our quest, and now he's going to be speaking to us all throughout the quest.
Looks like you're new around here. You know how to use that rifle? Alright, good work. Why don't you try... Very nice. Why don't you take a
And there you go. So again, you might not be able to hear it in the actual video, but he's told me to aim down my sights, he's told me I've done a good job, and so on and so forth. So we've got an audio to play all throughout every stage of the quest. So there we go, we've just made our first quest with narrative, and in the next video we're going to make the destroying the rocket ship quest, where the player will have to run up to the rocket ship and destroy it. So I'll see you guys in that video.